What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my reactions to Survivor Series War Games 2024. Getting into the first Survivor Series War Games match it is. The women's match where we saw Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky and Bayley take on Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, or Gonzalez, one of them, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae. I incorrectly predicted the winner of this one. It was the good team, Rhea, Bianca, Naomi, Io and Bayley, that came out on top. Yeah, should have known really. They are, on paper, the stronger team. I just thought you would have the team with the two Women's World Champions come out on top because I think they needed it more. Wasn't really happy with the outcome. Tiffany should cash in, right? Tiffany has both of the women's champions on the ground, ready to be pinned, and she doesn't. Weird one. Raquel ruined that, and then Rhea won. Bit bored of Rhea, to be honest, and Liv in that feud. I think the women's division's sort of been hamstrung a little bit by Rhea and Liv's feud. They don't need the title there, really, and just Liv and Nia being champions. Because the Tiffany Money in the Bank story is dragging on a bit now. You know, when's she going to cash in? That's the perfect opportunity to cash in. I know it's going to come to a head eventually, and she's probably never going to cash in on Liv, right? It's got to be Nia with how things are going. They'll probably go on to face each other at WrestleMania, my guess would be. Rhea and Liv should not go on that long. I don't know if Liv will hold the title. Obviously, we don't know about Charlotte and Becky when they're coming back. The Women's Intercontinental title and US titles as well. That's all going on in the background, so we don't know about that. You know, things could be different by Mania. And then Jade Cargill, her injury. I still think her and Bianca will probably face each other at Mania. I don't know. I don't see it being Bianca being the one that attacked Jade because she's a face. I would imagine Jade is the heel in that feud. And I think Bianca would win, keep her WrestleMania streak going. Jade doesn't need it, I don't think, this early on in her career. I don't think the loss would hurt her. And that's it. We'll get into the next match. Not doing it in order, just onto the IC title triple threat, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was a great match. We obviously saw Bron Breakker retain his Intercontinental title against Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser, he picked up the pin against Sheamus. So that sort of brings that story forward. I think everyone looked good in this match. I thought it was a really good match. I love triple threats. That's all I've really got to say about it, to be honest. I think we've moved past Bron dropping the title to Jay. I don't think that needed to happen because Jay just barely held the title, but I get that it helped with the whole bloodline story. So I get it. I would have preferred Jay to have a longer reign, or for Bron to just not go back to it. But obviously it was like instant, so not really a biggie. But yeah, I think he's moved on past that. I think he'll probably have quite an extended run with the IC title, at least through to Mania. Past that, maybe Sheamus can win it there. I don't know who else would be in the picture to win it there. Dominic, probably not. He should be Bron on paper. But we'll move on to the other mid-card title match where, oh yeah, I predicted Bron winning, right? So I'm 1-1 so far, and then I dropped to 1-2 because Shinsuke Nakamura did in fact defeat LA Knight. I did say that I don't know if I said that I could see it happening. I did say I would quite like to see it happen. Obviously some people aren't happy, not because LA Knight dropped the title, but just because they think he's dropped the title to the wrong person. Some people don't like Shinsuke in the year of our Lord 2024 because they think he's past it and he's washed, and Andrade won't stand up. Maybe that's why they're not giving you the belt, Andrade. So yeah, they're saying what's the point in him having the title? These two guys have put in some incredible work over the last couple months. Obviously their best of 7 series have been the best part of SmackDown for 2-3 months really. Andrade's not a speed champion anymore, I don't think. He might be, I don't know. I don't really keep up to date with that. But yeah, either of them could have had the belt. But at the end of the day, they're both young. They've got time on their side. Shinsuke's in his 40s now. That's his first pay-per-view win since like May 2020 or something, which is crazy. He's not won on pay-per-view since like the pandemic, which someone of the caliber of Shinsuke Nakamura, no matter how washed he is quite mental. I think he's been done wrong. Sounds a bit weird, by WWE. Done dirty. I don't know what you want to call it. He's been mugged off, really. I mean, he seemed to be coasting a bit, but I really liked his presentation in this match. His entrance was really cool. I don't like his entrance music as much as his other one, the Rising Sun entrance song. I thought that was didn't have to be touched at all, but it's quite cool. But it sort of has no build up to it now. But I really like his presentation as him as like the last samurai and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. Knight dropping the belt, I don't think that's a bad thing for him. He's okay. He'll go on to, I want to say bigger and better things, but obviously he's on SmackDown, same brand as Cody. Whether we see Cody go on to Raw in the new year with Netflix and stuff like that, like obviously Braun Breaker is going to be a big part of Raw going forward for probably like a decade plus. Whether we see Cody go over there and maybe the World Heavyweight title comes over to SmackDown, we could see LA Knight win the World Heavyweight title. Not anytime soon, I don't think. Gunther's not going to drop it until Mania at least, I think. But then I think Cena will get it. Cena could drop it to LA Knight, but there's not really a heel in that scenario, so I'm not sure about that. Cena's probably not going to hold the belt for very long. If he does, I'm hoping he does, but he probably won't hold it for very long. I would also like to see him have an IC title reign in there. I don't see him beating Braun Breaker, though. That might be a bit too much, but yeah, we'll get him out of the way. We'll get these two out of the way as we head on to the aforementioned World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther and Damian Priest. We've seen Gunther's weakness, which I really like. I think champions shouldn't seem invincible. Obviously, Roman Reigns held the belt for what, like 1,300 days? That's a given, right? I know that, but he wasn't invincible. He won a lot of the time because of bloodline shenanigans. That doesn't point to him being in any way invincible. He could have been beaten very early on. He technically probably should have lost back in the pandemic at TLC, was it? To Kevin Owens in that last man standing match, because was he standing? They lost like the handcuff keys and stuff like that, so he should have got beat there. You know, he could have got beat by Jay at SummerSlam if it wasn't for the tribal combat thing just being completely abandoned. Other stuff like that. Sammy came close. Drew came close if it wasn't for Solo. So he never seemed fully invincible. I mean, he did because of the bloodline, but that's the only reason for it. Gunther seems invincible for another reason, just because he's so methodical and he's a beast, really, and he can beat you in so many different ways. He's got so many different finishing moves. This time, what really did it was the coup de grace, or the coup de grace, whatever you want to call it, from Finn Balor, obviously stepping in to win the match, mainly lose the match, for Damian Priest, for what he's done. I don't know if we're going to see that feud carry into WrestleMania, or maybe just to the Rumble, I'm not sure. But they've brought it back again. Obviously, we saw this sort of finish back at SummerSlam when Gunther won the title, and then like 100 days on, whatever it is, Finn's involved again, and I think he played a bigger part in it this time. I want to say, I don't know. He looked strong in both, but yeah, Priest had a good showing. He did do well, but Gunther with those sleepers. There was one counter that I really liked. I can't actually remember it off the top of my head, though. But yeah, Gunther does retain. That takes me to 2-2 on the predictions. I'm really not good at this for how long I've been doing it. And on to the main event of the evening, the Survivor Series. Well, it's just a War Games match, isn't it? But it's a 5-on-5. So it is a Survivor Series match. And it's on Survivor Series. What am I on about? The OG Bloodline and CM Punk versus the New Bloodline and Bronson Reed. As we can see here, Bronson Reed has just tsunamied himself through a table, which is where we saw the real swing of the match, as CM Punk pulled Roman off the table to rescue Roman, doing him that favour, an even bigger favour really. CM Punk obviously was pivotal in them winning the match. That's what Sammy said to Roman after the bell. So obviously the OG Bloodline won, which takes me to 3-2 for predictions, which isn't terrible, but I shouldn't really be getting too wrong from 5 matches, to be honest. But yeah, Roman gets pulled off the table by Punk. Bronson goes smack bang through the table from the top of the War Games cage. Great spot. On the other side, we saw Jimmy put Jacob through the table. We saw Roman low blow Jacob and then spear Solo. Really enjoyable matches. I do like War Games. I liked Punk riling up everyone in the shark cage at the beginning. That was really good. Roman getting up in their faces and all that good. I meant to take their shirts off. They were like the only ones that had their entrance gears on this entire time. That's just annoying. And then we saw at the end, we saw the handshake between Roman and Punk and all that. But obviously, they're going to have a match eventually, aren't they? We don't know when that's going to happen. We've seen Punk say to Heyman that he owes him a favour. That will be very interesting, what that favour will be. What I'm thinking right now is that when they do face each other, Punk is going to want Heyman to be on his side. Whether Heyman will leave Roman for Punk for that match, and then maybe he'll never come back, you know? I don't know what will happen. If Heyman goes to, or if Punk becomes a Paul Heyman guy sort of permanently after that, who knows? He did say one favour though, but I'm thinking like after that Roman might not take him back. We saw in that vignette, not really a vignette, in that like face-to-face conversation they had, he called him our wise man, which was really good. I enjoyed that. That was a really good scene, or a really good segment on SmackDown. I'm assuming both of them will be moving to Raw in the new year. Raw on Netflix, of course. I'll probably talk about that a bit more another time, maybe on a Let's Talk Wrestling episode. Leave in the comments down below. Do you remember that series? Because I did one episode on it about the Vince documentary. So if you're interested in that, go give it a look. But yeah, that series sort of died before it begun, really, which is unfortunate. I will try and bring it back. Sammy still has a chain on. I put a chain on Sammy. Sammy brought back the tight tights, which was quite weird to see after this long. I used to think he looked better with them, but now I think he looks better in the baggy ones because I'm just used to it now. But who really cares? So yeah, my Jimmy head sits funny for some reason now. I don't know if it did before. But yeah, Roman gets the pin over Solo after Punk hit him with the GTS and Roman hit him with the spear. I really like that combination, other than Solo obviously having to stay up through the GTS instead of selling it and hitting the mat, you know. But obviously it's for the combo spot, and I really like that. That'd be a great tag team finisher, definitely. But yeah, we saw Roman get the pin over Solo, which is obviously... I probably should have predicted that as well. I think I said Punk would get the pin. Did I say... I don't think I said over anyone. But yeah, that's what I predicted. But obviously didn't come true, as I ended the night 3-2 of predictions. Probably not my worst. I've probably been worse before. But we'll try again in 2 months' time. Wow. At the Royal Rumble. Well, maybe it's Saturday night's main event in about 2 weeks. I'll probably do that, just get another video out. Should I do Daily December? We'll see how I go, because it is December the 1st right now, so I might try and upload every day of this month. I am trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and you know, I've only got I've got 30 days left. I need to get about 36 subs, so I might try and do Daily December, and I'll see what I can do on that one. I've got a lot of content coming out soon, hopefully. I've got my John Cena, what do you call it? Fantasy bookings part 2 and 3 coming out. I'll do some Let's Talk Wrestling episodes, definitely. I've got some Dead Man's Deliveries. I've got a huge backlog of Dead Man's Deliveries I can do. I could do some figure flipping episodes. I could do quite a lot of different stuff. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, and I will definitely do it if I am doing Daily December. It is also Daily December spots on Instagram. I will maybe try and do that. Definitely try and do that. Try and grow the Instagram following as well. And maybe at the end of the month I will put them all together and upload them on YouTube as a Spotfest video or whatever. So yeah, that's just me thinking out loud, thinking of some video ideas and stuff. But if you have any, please let me know what they are in the comments down below, and I will definitely try and do them. I hope you enjoyed Survivor Series. I hope you enjoyed my waffling. I didn't actually watch the full War Games match. I fell asleep before it, and then I watched some clips of it before I came out, but I will watch it in full probably tomorrow. And I'll probably watch the post show as well, maybe while I'm thinking of ideas for videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll try to do that. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, hopefully tomorrow. Goodbye.